Hello dear students, once again welcome in the MSBTE's e-content of environmental studies. It is MSBTE lead study at your doorstep. I am Swati Ingre, course expert, lecturer, NIT Polytechnic, Nagpur. In today's video, we are going to see the topic Prevention of Air Pollution from Unit 4 Environmental Pollution. Course outcome, apply the techniques to reduce the environmental pollution. Unit outcome, describe various methods to prevent air pollution and state the standards limiting or controlling values of various types of pollution. Learning objective. After viewing this video, the students will able to understand the methods for preventing air pollution. From concept map, you will understand the content of today's video. Today we are going to cover the prevention of air pollution by controlling at source, particulate pollution control and gaseous pollution control. Similarly, we are going to see the air quality standard, that are ambient air quality standards in India. So, without wasting time, let us begin with prevention of air pollution. What is the need to prevent the air pollution? Since the industrial revolution, people have been polluting the earth like never before. There is rarely a place today that have not been subjected to pollutants in one form or another. The key to have a healthier life is to adopt measures that do not pollute air so much, because we all have a role to play when it comes to creating healthy environment for living. It is not the responsibility for a single one, it is the responsibility of all of us. Then how can we control the air pollution? By controlling at source the particulate pollution control and gaseous pollution control. Let us see one by one. First, controlling at source. There are different ways to control the air pollutants at its source. For example, source relocation, keeping the industrial area away from the residential area. It is a very good way to avoid the pollution. Then secondly, the source shutdown. The pollutant causing hazardous effect should be immediately banned, like crackers and other type of emission by the industries or vehicles should be immediately banned. Then the fuel or energy substitution. Using environment friendly fuels like CNG, biofuels, biogas can control the pollution, because the traditional fuels, fossil fuels which we use creates a lot of pollution. Then good operating practices of vehicles and machineries. Good maintenance, controlling driving speed can reduce the pollutant emission. And vehicular emission control. Regular PUC checking, good quality fuel with good oil additives can control the vehicular emission. By these all means, methods, we can control the pollution at its source. Then let us see how can we control the pollution. Particulate pollution. Particulate matter is the sum of all solids and liquid particles suspended in the air, many of which are hazardous. This complex mixture contains, for instance, dust, pollens, soot, smoke and liquid droplet. There are some instruments by using which we can control the particulate pollutants. These are settling chambers, inertial separator which is also called as cyclone, electrostatic precipitator, bag houses and filters and weight scrubber. Let us see one by one. The first is settling chamber, a simplest device collecting the dust of size more than 10 micrometer. It is like this. The settling chamber use the force of gravity to remove the solid particles, and hence it is also called as gravity settling chamber. The gas stream enters a chamber where the velocity of gas is reduced. The large particles drop out of the gas and recollected in the hopper. In this way, by settling chamber, we can separate the dust particles. The second is inertial separator, which is also called as cyclone. It is like this. This process is achieved by sudden change in the direction of the gas flow. The dust particle is spinning in a circular path. As a result, the particle collide on the wall and fall into the bottom of the vessel. This method is also called as cyclone, because here the dust particles moves in a circular direction, fall on the wall and then fall down and collected at the bottom. The next is electrostatic precipitator. It is the instrument which works with the electricity, passing the particles laden gases between high voltage discharge electrode. Majority of particles get charged and collected on the ground electrode, and at intervals the electrodes are wrapped to disload the collected particle from the electrodes, with the fall into hoppers at the bottom of the precipitator. It is very advanced method. By this we can separate as much as particulate pollutant from the air. Then the bag houses filters. This method is most often used type of devices. The fabric filter, because there is the use of a fabric, it is also called as bag houses, removes the dust from a gas stream by passing the stream through a porous fabric. It is also a very effective method by which we can separate the dust particle. Then wet scrubber. It is also a commonly used instrument in different industries to control the air pollution. The objective of scrubber is to trap the particulate matter in the liquid droplet. The construction is like this. Then there is the exhaust gas inlet and there is adsorbent solution. This solution absorbs the dust particle. The water is collected, waste is collected here. Then water subsequently flows from the bottom of the scrubber. The particulate is allowed to settle and clarified water is recirculated. Means water is also not wasted, and this is also a very good method to control the pollutants, particulate pollutant. Then next is the gaseous pollution control. Gaseous pollution control is quite difficult because particulates are heavier, so they can be easily separated, but gaseous pollutants are invisible. So there are also some different methods. The gaseous pollutants are controlled by means of three basic techniques, that is absorption, adsorption and combustion. What is meant by absorption? Concentrate the pollutant in a liquid. Then adsorption, concentrate the pollutant in the solid, and combustion is the direct incineration, means burning of the pollutant. These techniques can be employed singly or in combination, and these are very effective against the major greenhouse gases as well. So let us see. The first is the absorption. In this, the gaseous pollutants are absorbed in the liquid solvent such as water. The instrument is like this. There is an inlet for the liquid and inlet for the gases at the bottom. Then this liquid water absorbs the gaseous impurities and take this in this way outside, and clean gas will come out from the top. Then second is the adsorption. In adsorption, it is a process where gases or vapors or liquids are concentrated on the solid surface. The most important adsorbents in industrial use day to day are bauxite, activated carbon, activated alumina and silica gel. The construction is like this. This instrument is fitted with an adsorbent bed. Adsorbent means a substance which adsorbs the gaseous pollutants on its surface. Means air come in this way, it is polluted air, but when this air passes through this carbon bed or adsorbent bed, it adsorbs the impurities and clean gas come outside. Then next is the combustion. This method for the removal of volatile organic compound, that is VOC, since they can be decomposed to CO2 and H2O. It is also very good method in which all the pollutants are completely decomposed, means burned, and we get a clean flow of air. Now let us have a look on ambient air quality standards in India. The Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1981 was enacted by the central government with the objective of arresting the deterioration of air quality. It describes the main function of the Central Pollution Control Board CPCB as like this. To avoid the central government on any matter concerning the improvement of the quality of the air and the prevention, control and abatement of air pollution. To plan and cause to be executed a nationwide program for the prevention, control and abatement of air pollution. To provide technical assistance and guidance to the State Pollution Control Board. to carry out the sponsor investigations and research related to prevention, control and abatement of air pollution, to collect, compile and publish the technical and statistical data related to the air pollution, and to lay down an annual standard for the quality of air. These all are the initiatives taken by the Indian government to control the air pollution, and these all are very important to be followed. Then what are the ambient air quality standards in India? It is given in the form of a table. Here there is the name of different pollutants. Then here there are two criteria, that is in the industrial, residential, rural and other areas the limiting values are like this, and in ecological sensitive area which are notified by the central government the values are like this. All these values are in microgram per meter cube. The pollutants are sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, then particulate matter having size less than 10 micrometer and particulate matter having size less than 2.5 micrometer, then ozone, then lead, carbon monoxide, ammonia, benzene, arsenic, nickel, etc. These all are the limiting value and it should be strictly followed so that the air becomes clean and clear. Then, what are the major key takeaways of today's video? Say no to pollution. Air pollution is a major environmental issue. It can affect the health and life support system as well. Hence, it is necessary to control all pollution to save life and make Mother Earth happy once again. If we control such type of pollution, then definitely our Mother Earth will become happy. Then, now time for the summary. What we learned today? Today we have studied the prevention of air pollution, controlling at source, particulate pollution control and gaseous pollution control. Ambient air quality standards in India. These all are the references for today's video. And at last, thank you all. Have a nice day. Keep learning. Happy learning. And now let's have a quiz.